Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are doing well. I'm really excited that I'm back here. I hope you didn't have to wait too long for me since last video. Today I'm gonna make another dress, something very simple, something unusual. I'm going to actually use burda pattern. This particular dress I have made at the very beginning of my sewing journey. It's very easy. If you are a beginner, please go ahead. I didn't even mention which dress I'm going to make. So the dress is 6240. You have two options. The first time I made an option with the ruffles on the sleeves and on the bottom, but I thought that this time I would probably appreciate more view A, which is more simple and more casual look. Should be very easy as I made this dress before, but never say never. And maybe if I have more time today, we will see. Maybe I will show you some other things that I'm working on behind the scenes. Mostly baby stuff, of course. Now let's just start. As usual, I like to prepare everything before, so everything is cut out. I thought I might show you the line drawings of the dress. There are two options over here. This one is the option that I have made before with the ruffles, and the view B over here is the one that I'm going to make today. I just did a couple of basting stitches with the contrasting thread to see exactly where to fold the fabric, because here in the front there will be a button flap with the buttonholes and buttons, but first time I made this dress I made it properly, real buttons, real buttonholes. This time I'm going to cheat. It's going to save me a lot of time, and this dress is loose. It's easy to just pull over your head. I think I'm just going to sew two layers together and then sew buttons on without actual buttonholes. It will be still functional and maybe even better. So that's my long speech about adjusting this dress. As the front part of the top and the skirt is consisting of two, then I will just go ahead, pin the front part with the front part of the skirt, but before I think it will be good to overlock the edges over here. Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Diving into concrete, so bittersweet, huh? Keep losing sleep while driving in the backseat. What's left of me? Drowning in what feels just like an ocean. Negativity is getting closer. How to keep the humanity?
Is it the best job ever? No, but honestly, I don't care. Now I just have to take off the basting stitches.
Daisies keep on getting much darker, even when I'm down in the lower. I remember what you were saying. Sometimes all you need is a spark, and maybe just a better kind of bitter. Lose gravity, I'm swimming in the quicksand.
So this is the back part that I forgot to pin and sew. Now it's done. This is how it looks like. I have to open up this seam nicely, and then I guess I will show you how the front pieces of the dress looks like. So let me move this aside, and here are the front pieces. One, as you can see, hopefully you will be able to see. So like this. And then over here, I hope I will fit in this dress, but I think I will. I think it will be okay. I don't know about the belt, if I'm going to make her from scratch. We will see. I didn't make this decision. I guess you will see at the end. Or maybe I will add one of my leather belts. You are not able to see probably, but it's really long maxi dress. The next thing, I forgot to place the pockets here, so I will have to go and do that, and right after we will join the front and back together on the shoulder seams, and I guess probably that will be it for today. I want to keep my enjoyment for doing this hobby, so I'm getting a little bit tired. So these two steps will be the last two of today. These are the pockets. I have 2 of them, quite small. I already ironed the seam allowance inside. First I will top stitch over here on the top, and then I can place them on the top part of the dress. So let's top stitch and then we continue. So I'm just going to figure it out where I like it, and I will do exactly the same for the other one. Maybe I should measure it at least. Okay, so it will be 3 centimeters from the stitches on this side and 9 centimeters from the bottom. So one is ready to be sewn. Let's do the other one.
Let go, rain. It's not your song to sing no more. Goodbye, blame. Weights can lift you up, but you can find a way to drop them.
I put the dress here on the floor so you can see it better. So as I said, this is the back part. Now as a second step, I will be placing this front part on top of it. But of course, we have to do it right sides facing. One on this side and the other one over here. And basically I will just sew the shoulder seams, overlock them, and I will not sew the side seam yet because I will have to attach the, not shoulder pads, shoulder flaps, something. There is some kind of detail on the shoulders.
Victim, it has to hurt. It has to hurt. Spring, how it is when the buds are bursting. You can watch the birds when they fly across the world.
So now I will press the overlock seam to this side, which means to the back side, and then from the top of the dress I will top stitch it here. This will not only hold the seam allowance to the back part of the dress, but it will also reinforce this seam over here, because there is a lot of pressure on the shoulder. Hey guys, so 2 days later I'm back here ready to continue. I have my water, I have my snacks. We need to finish a couple of details before I can sew up the side seams and the front. Yeah, I will be sewing front. And then the dress will be basically done. As I said before, it's very simple. I'm really happy how it's turning out. I'm so excited. Yesterday I had an appointment for some blood test, and I was quite tired after that, so I didn't do anything on the dress yesterday, so we continue today. Now, 2 days ago I actually finished by sewing on the pockets. Just I'm missing the flaps and then also the detail on the front. So this is what I'm going to do right now. Let's just drink water first because it's really hot. By the way, guys, how is the weather where you are right now? I have to say we have amazing weather since, I don't know, almost it feels like 2 weeks. This weekend we are going to have 29-30 degrees, which is my type of weather. Me and my husband, we are going to spend the weekend probably at the lake. So I cannot wait, it's going to be amazing. I'm so excited. I'm definitely a summer person, definitely. So as you can see, this is on. And now what I have to do is to sew on the flap, but I still didn't make one. I need to stitch the edges and then turn it right side out, and then we can go ahead and stitch it over here. So let's do this now.
I've been seeking for the glory. Say my name. And I've been trying to write my own story in the search for fame. I'm sitting here in this empty room. Walls keep tumbling down. 'Cause I ain't got nobody. I always feel so lonely when the day is through. I'm in the spotlight, night on till midnight. I want somebody to hold my hand, 'cause I
So here, as you can see, is my shoulder seam, and this is the detail that is going on the top. What I basically did is just iron on fusible interfacing, as you can see, and I folded each edge 1 centimeter inside, and then the end also 1 centimeter inside, and I just cut the corners so they will not stick out. This other edge has this weird angle which goes perfectly here, so I would just place it in the middle like so, and then top stitches all around the edges.
Myself to blame. I'm sitting here in this empty room.
Now we need to make a collar, so I have two pieces. One side is interfaced, one is not. I already went ahead and helped myself by ironing seam allowance inside, which will come in very handy later on. So very simply, I will just place them on the top of each other, like so, and sew it from here all the way around until here, until this point. I think you can see it better on this side.
Time with all my friends, but who's gonna like me if I'm not there? 'Cause I got my head in the clouds, but
So this is how it looks like. I just pin it in place. This is from the inside and this is from the outside. I think that it's looking really good, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to keep this step for later on in the evening because I like to do it by hand and it's kind of like relaxing activity at the end of the day. So that's what I'm going to do. Now I will just leave the pins in place. Now I explained at the beginning that I want to keep the style of the dress. I want it to look like as if it's a proper shirt dress with the buttons, everything, but I don't want to do real buttons and I want to put real buttons, but I don't want to make a buttonholes and things like that. And it's really easy to slip this dress on and off if you keep the proper opening. Personally, I prefer it. I have done it before, so I know it's going to work. So I will just overlap these button plackets in the front and I will sew it closed. I will pin it here on the top just to be sure that I'm doing everything even. Will match the waist seam. This is very important. And because I didn't sew up the side seams yet, it will be easy for me to just open the dress like so I can continue comfortably pinning and not catching the back side of the dress. If you want to do the same thing, do it before you sew the side seams. It's going to be easier. Take your time, play with it, make sure that it's straight because it's going to affect the final result. I'm going to sew it close to this edge. Okay, let's sew up the sides from this notch. Of course, we have to keep the sleeve open all the way down on both sides. And now basically I need to hem sleeves. For the buttons, I have a lot of options. First, I was thinking something basic like these buttons, for example. You know, just a classic simple button. I think it would go really well with the fabric and the style of the dress. But then I found these buttons, which is one of my finds from the thrift store. I highly recommend trying to find buttons in the thrift store. So, still a very simple button, but a little bit more elevated. I think that I will still keep the dress very simple, but interesting with the little details. Yeah, I think this will be a very good choice. I have only 8 buttons. Normally, I think I would need more because there are also pockets and there is a detail on the shoulder and the dress is quite long. But since I closed the front permanently, I think 8 buttons will do the job. I'm not going to show you how I will be sewing on the buttons because it's quite boring. Nothing to learn there. But I promised you in last video that I will tell you the gender of the baby, and also I wanted to show you the things that I'm working on behind the scenes, the baby stuff. So let me take you to the baby room because all the things are there, and also the baby room is very far from being finished, so keep in mind. Yeah, I just wanted to show you the things that I have made and the things that I am working on, and also tell you the gender of the baby. So let's go, guys. Let me first show you the room. Probably by this you can guess that we are going to have a baby girl, which I'm super excited, my husband as well, of course. But as you can see, the room is quite small, there is not many things in it, and probably there will not be for some time. But let me show you closer what we have and what I made. So in here we have this very simple IKEA baby crib. We bought it secondhand. We thought we might as well because it's nothing complicated, and we do really try with my husband to buy secondhand things, going to thrift stores. I think it's good enough. What I made here is this panel. Maybe some of you might recognize this fabric with the bees. I used it for my pajamas. I still had some leftover, so yeah, so I made this panel. I have to say, I'm not the biggest fan of everything pink for the girls, but yeah, I had this fabric lying around and I thought it will be appropriate, so I used it. Another thing that I made here is this little cute toy of a fox. Let me bring it closer. To be honest, it's still not finished. There is a couple of details that needs to be done, like a nose and mouth, and also this is just a pins for now, just to try to imagine how it will look like. Original pattern didn't have a tail, but I thought I might as well make one, because what is a fox without a tail, right? So I made her tail, and I also designed by myself this cute dress, and I think it turned out really nice. I think I will do more animals, but it's not a priority right now. So for now we have one cute fox, and these teddy bears are from the thrift store, except they are very old, except this one, which we got from our beautiful Rachel. She gave it to us, and it has a white noise machine inside, so this will be very handy. I think this will be a best friend of my daughter, to be honest. And on the other side, also this horse, this one is from thrift store as well. Very cheap buy, but I think it's super cute. Over here in this drawer I have few things that are already washed, cleaned, ironed, prepared for when she will come, because as I am speaking with you, I will be soon 30 weeks, so that means I don't have so much time to get ready. So let me quickly show you a couple of things that I have made. The first thing that I made for her was this just very simple, cute pants with the feet, just from the fabrics that I had at home already. Most of them I didn't have much to do anything else, so this was a really perfect project. However, I find it, this is the smallest size, which is I think newborn, like 50 centimeters or something like this. Anyway, it's the smallest size available, and I find it bigger compared to store-bought clothes. Also, to pin and attach this little tiny feet, this is a hell. I made these 3. I'm still working on 2 more just to have in case. I have also other clothes here, but this is just store-bought things I'm not going to show you now. Then I made a couple of very cute hats for her, like this one. Some of you probably recognize this fabric as well from making one of the dresses here on my YouTube. This is a classic jersey fabric, and here I have 2 more. Super cute. This is supposed to be also size newborn to 3 months or something like that. Then I made a couple of nighties. I was inspired by my dear Amanda, who gifted me one, but I couldn't find it anywhere, so I decided I would make for myself. I just adjusted the pattern that I found online. So these are the nighties that I made. They are still not finished completely. So this is one. As you can see, it's quite long. It doesn't have any legs, and here at the bottom you just tie it, or I personally am going to attach few snap buttons. So it's really easy to change the diapers at night, a very practical thing. I will say this is another one. Again, I wasn't buying any specific fabrics for these projects, I just used what I had at home. And then the last one, this one is quite crazy pink color, but I think the babies will be cute in it. Then I have another one here that is just as original pattern suggested. This is just simple body without the feet, without the legs. And then I started to make just yesterday this cute bib with one snap button on the side, but I just made one. I need couple of more. Another thing, and the last thing that I have made for her, this was the most simple project. This took literally no time, so I just used scrap of double gauze fabric that I had at home, and I made this shoulder bibs. You just place it over your shoulder like that, and you should be fine, good and protected, hopefully. So I made couple, I can show you. I just cut this shape of the fabric. To be honest, I went by the measurements of the shoulder bibs that I found on Zara Home. I really love aesthetic of Zara Home for babies. It's amazing. But one of them costs 10 euro on European website. So, you know, the person who sews is not going to pay 10 euros for a piece of fabric like that. So definitely I said I'm making it myself. I already have fabrics at home, so I just used some bias binding, so whatever you like, whichever design. So I have 2 of these, then I have one nice one with the oranges, also very cute, very soft, and double gauze is quite absorbent fabric, so it should work really well. And then I have one cheetah, I think that's a cheetah print, and one just simple. I made all of these, which are 7 right now in my hands. I made all of these just in one day with cutting and sewing everything, so it's really easy project. You know, if you don't want to overwhelm yourself, or if you just want to make a quick present for someone else, this is really easy to do. I am also working on a patchwork. We will see. Maybe there will be video out of it, maybe not. If not, at the end I will just show you finished product. You can be sure I'm going to share this with you. And one last thing I want to say, disclaimer. Of course, for those who will be worrying about this kind of toys over here falling on her, or the toys in her crib, don't you worry guys, it's not going to stay like this. She's not there yet, she's still with me, and to be honest with you, she is not going to spend so much time in this room anyway at the beginning. We are planning to have her next to us in our bedroom, in the side crib. So yeah, so this is, we basically didn't even needed this room, to be honest. We just wanted to make something cute for her and to allow ourselves to be more excited while we are still waiting for her. So guys, that's it from the project that I made. You see, they are just couple, but making baby clothes, it takes time, let me tell you. And now enough rambling, and let me show you how today's project turned out.
Is in a stream. The ocean called for you and me. Still, I'm in this game, but without my closest friend. It's leaving now. I wait.